The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Haskins to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for Washington on 3rd down. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Gibson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try the left side. Gibson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
4th down and 1.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
For the extra point.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7, Eagles 0.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
47 to mark, 47. Check, 47.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but now it'll be third down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
21 more.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
And goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2nd and 3. Going right side here, and that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack.
Touchdown, Philadelphia!
Touchdown.
Jalen Reagor, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are back within a score. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3rd down, here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
7.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And 12 at the 35.
2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And the pressure gets to him again. Chase Young able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Two things you can do in that situation, run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taylor now returning it. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Got a man open, that's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got this down to the 35.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
1st and 10 at the 35.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Antonio Gibson.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Chase Young. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so...
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
A loss of 5 yards.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a pass hauled in downfield. 20! Touchdown, Philadelphia!
Touchdown.
A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Pass gets hit, and he lost the football. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Back back to the air. Haskins after the pick six. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Haskins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Haskins. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They go play action now. Haskins letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. And it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again. Haskins. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
And they'll begin by running the option. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
To Dallas Goedert.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Out of the gun now on third down. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He is good.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 29-yard line. Big yardage that time for Washington, 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes this Washington 28, Eagles 24.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Back to throw now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 43. A gain there of 21 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll look to throw again. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Second and 9 now. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Fletcher Cox picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
The throw taken in by Sims. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it, and he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Open man here, Sims complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
36-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Flush to his right. He can run. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Gibson, ball carrier.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Haskins. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a give right side. It's Gibson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for Washington. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Washington 35, Eagles 24.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Landon Collins. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now 3rd and 9.
From the gun, Haskins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Read it well, and it's picked. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch. They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On first down, Gibson. They find some open field here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Rager, 82 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
37.
Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now this throw caught left side. He's at the 30, the 20, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for 28 yards.
And an Eagle first down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Eagles.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And that is
incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taking it around the 40. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the Coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Haskins down to a knee, and his guys about to come away victorious. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you watch that spot, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.